Your zoning board of appeals meeting for July 21st, 2026 to order. Will you all please stand for a pledge of allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. On a personal note, this board would like to thank Judah Sabriz, who was here for about 6-7 months, filling in for Miss Barbara Roberti. We're very happy to have you back, Barbara.
Thank you.
It's wonderful to see
She
you.
loved working with you.
Yeah, and it's great to have you back. We're very happy to have you back. So I just wanted to make sure we announce that. B, can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Delaporte?
Here.
Mr. Vaughn?
Here.
Mr. Donato?
Here.
Mr. Lawrence?
Here, thank you. Can I have a motion to accept the minutes from the June 23rd, 2026 meeting?
I'll move it. Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So we're going to jump right on to the public hearing. We only have one public hearing tonight. Jeffrey Ruffino, seeking an area variance, section 240, 37 district regulations in an R20 zoning district, where 40 feet to the rear yard property line is required. The applicant can provide 20 feet for the installation of a 16 by 32 in-ground pool, thus requesting a variance of 20 feet. Where 10 feet to the side yard left property line is required, the applicant can provide 6.2 feet for the shed, thus requesting a variance of 3.8 feet. Where no more than 2 accessory structures shall be permitted in any one-family residential district, the applicant is proposing to allow 3 existing sheds to remain on the property. The property is located at 10 Carroll Drive on 0.36 acres and is identified as tax grid number 625702923602 in the town of Wappingers. Mr. Ruffino, please step up to the microphone if you would.
And to the time.
Okay, I will.
He can postpone it.
Very good. As you can see, we're only 4 here tonight. One of our members is stuck in a car accident on 684. So you have a right to adjourn your matter if you'd like.
No.
So to have a full board, or you can go forward with it tonight. If it ends up in a 2-2 vote, tie, it's a no, just so you know.
All right.
So what would you like to go forward?
Yeah.
Then I'd like the motion to open the public hearing, please.
I'll move it.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Just give us your name and address for the record, please.
Jeffrey Ruffino, 10 Carroll Drive, Wappinger Falls, 12590.
And real quick, what do you need and why do you need it?
Say again?
What do you need and why do you need it? Just tell us what you want to do.
Variance for my pool, variance, I guess, that's what they call it for the shed, the one shed, just like off the property, and then, I guess approval for a third structure, for a third shed. And, that's it.
Okay, we were out at the,
A tax break, maybe.
we were out at the property on Saturday. We noticed the lot's kind of small. Yeah, all those lots up there are kind of small in Carroll. So, we also noticed you already have 3 sheds sitting on the property that are there, and you said you want to move them? You just want to relocate them without?
One's gonna be moved, and then one was gonna move to the corner where one existing, and then the one in the other corner, I was gonna put the other one over there, right next to it,
Over there, right.
so.
And then the pool that's existing is going to come down completely?
Yes, the pool, the decks,
deck.
everything like that.
Everything, all those other little
Everything's
structures that were there are all going to
Yes,
come out?
Everything's coming down.
Good. What are the sheds being used for, sir, if you don't mind me asking?
Just storage for all my stuff, you know. I told you, I got a big family, so I have a lot of chairs and, got a lot of stuff, and I don't like leaving. You see how on my property I have people above me? I don't want to have, messy property. People shouldn't have to look at, so I like to try and keep everything nice and neat,
Okay.
You had mentioned something about, I'm sorry, John,
No, go ahead.
that you have, sometimes there's up to 80, 100, or 80 to 100 people.
Well,
there.
I'm one of 15. I got 14 brothers and sisters, so just a regular, if we're having barbecue for birthdays, between my wife's and my families, is like, we start out at 80, and then move up from there, so.
That's a lot of people
Yeah, so.
in the backyard.
Yeah,
The pool had an existing variance, correct?
yes, sir.
Did any of the sheds have variances?
No, because I wasn't aware at the time
Okay.
that I needed, they've been there for a long time. I wasn't aware that I needed to get anything for the shed, so.
So for the pool at least, you're not proposing that the new variance is any higher than the one you've already been granted, right?
No, because at 20 feet off, that's
Yeah.
gonna work, and like I said, it's not gonna be square to the fence, it's gonna be square to my house, so one side's gonna be, I need 20.
That would be one corner of it.
Yeah, and then the other
The
side's
rest
gonna
is square
square
to
to
the
my
house.
house, so.
Okay. I mean, the two sheds next to each other, like, that's the one I'm struggling with, because it's, you know, on one hand, if you built a bigger structure there that had the same area as the two sheds, it would
Changes the setback, right?
Changes
It would
the
be a different
setback.
setback. It'd also be a taller structure presumably, you know, typically, you know, the roof pitch would be higher, so it would probably be a more substantial, you know, element. So it's kind of difficult, you know, I almost feel like the two next to each other are, you know, lower sight lines from the neighboring properties.
Yeah.
Which may be beneficial to
Yeah,
have
that's why I never,
one
that's why I
large
didn't want to
structure.
get the big shed when I did it, because when you were looking at those like big giant ones, it's like, they're, you know, forget about it, just to get like if you want to get like a 14-footer.
Well, I mean, it's the same
gable.
pitch, right? So I mean, you have to think
Yeah,
it's gonna
but they
be,
just, they make
twice as
them.
high.
Yeah, so,
Well, we talked about the precedent,
yes.
you know, if we allow you to have more than two structures.
Right.
yeah, we like to look at what makes a site unique, and, you know, you do have an oddly shaped backyard. You know, I'm not sure that there's anywhere you could put a shed outside of like, or a shed of that size outside of where the pool is, that would meet the zoning and not need a variance.
Yeah.
It's very
The
odd.
I'd have to agree
precedents,
with that.
I understand what you're saying about the precedents, but my property shouldn't have anything to do with anybody else's property. Like, it should go by, I mean, if somebody's got, my neighbor behind me, she could put one shed on there. She couldn't put 3 sheds, she couldn't put 2 sheds. My neighbor could put 5 sheds on his. So like, that's,
You know, it varies by, like you're saying,
Yeah.
it does vary by,
Yeah.
by lot,
yeah,
absolutely.
so. I mean,
That's why we have these codes, so we're not living in a,
I mean, I think
Shanty
the shape of the backyard is, you know, a more unique situation.
Well, then you're saying,
Potentially.
I'm sorry, that if the sheds were together, it's only considered one structure if they're attached to each other?
Right.
We've heard that argument be made, that if they're immediately adjacent and are essentially attached, it's one structure.
Right.
That doesn't do you any good, because you would need a greater setback then,
Okay.
and you would have to republish.
Yeah, you'd have to almost start from scratch with the variance, because a shed under 144 square feet only requires 10 and 10. But if you claim that they're attached, now they're over 144 square feet, now you'd need 40 from the rear and 20 from the side.
Okay.
Which is basically at your pool.
Yeah, yeah, so, all right.
I mean, the one thing I noticed while I was out there was the one shed that you're gonna move, relocate to the far side, and then put the other one there.
Yeah, that's the bigger of the 3.
Yeah, it's completely, there's brush everywhere, there's
You can't see
trees.
it.
Yeah, you can't see it, there's bushes.
Yeah.
And then the other one, it's almost the same way.
Yeah.
There's bushes, there's trees, they're almost
That-
impossible. Maybe
That's
one or
why-
two of your
that's why I
neighbors can
picked the
maybe
lo-
catch sight, but.
I'm being honest with you, that's why I picked the locations I did.
Okay.
When I spoke to the neighbors, when I did put them back
Okay.
there, so listen, I'm putting them over here, you know, if you guys need any, you know, if there's any issues, you know.
Yeah,
so-
I mean, that's kind of why I think the two lower structures are maybe preferred to one higher.
Right.
You know,
I would have
one
to
higher
agree.
structure, like set in more for the property line, will be much more visible
visible, absolutely.
than what he has there now.
Right.
But
Anything else?
maybe we could think about if something happens to one of the sheds.
I think what we were gonna say is if one of the sheds does happen to come down or have to be replaced, you're just gonna have to meet current zoning at that point.
Yeah, that's fine.
You
with me.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah, I understand.
basically, if one shed comes down, you're probably just gonna end up losing it.
Yeah,
And that's it, you know, and it's not gonna be replaceable
I
under
understand.
this.
That's
Because,
something my son, hopefully 50 years from now, has got to worry about.
oh, if you get a shed that lasts 50 years, you gotta let me know where you found it, because mine don't seem to last more than 10. So, other than that, I don't think there was anything else we wanted to put, any other stipulations, the pool.
I just have a question. On your survey, it shows your fence onto your neighbor's property. Will
Yeah.
you be moving that in onto
Yes,
your
everything,
property?
yeah, everything's getting moved in, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we questioned that when we were there. He explained that.
Okay.
He's down with me.
Yeah, when Lowe's put it in, I guess they must have hit rock, and I didn't realize that they even went out until they just did the survey, so.
Okay.
And the fence there is not gonna be, it's basically gonna be at the 4-foot height you have now, right?
Yeah, I'm not changing the fence
Yeah.
itself, he's just gonna move it back onto my property line and
Okay.
make it so it's level across, and he's gonna put it so it's, there's supposed to be only like 4 inches so my dogs don't get out, so he's gonna
Yeah.
put everything nice and level.
I mean, sometimes we ask for like screening of elements like this, but again, I don't think it would do any good on your property just because of the topography. I mean, but the neighbors behind that be able to see it are gonna be able to look over anything you could foreseeably install.
Yeah. I don't think I don't think I'm putting anything up that's not, nice to the eyes to look.
No, it's clearly,
Yeah.
And just
I'm
to
very
confirm
conscientious
the,
of
Yeah.
my neighbors,
Yeah.
I don't.
and it shows.
Yeah, I'm not a jerk or nothing like that to them, If
and
anybody's got an
and
issue.
the other gazebo is being taken down,
Yep.
just for the record.
Everything, every structure you see in there is coming down.
Yeah.
Everything's coming down. The decks, the pool deck, the deck
Yeah.
on the side, where I had the bar.
So the
other
gazebo
thing,
between the house and the pool, that's coming down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything further? Is there anyone in the audience that would like to step forward and talk about this variance with the board? So can I have a motion to close the public hearing?
Move it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can I have a motion to grant or deny this variance?
I'll make a motion that we grant the variance.
There's three there, I don't mean to interrupt, there's three.
Oh, we want to do
Doing-
one at a time, Barb?
Either do them one at a time or specifically state all three, if it's gonna be one vote.
Okay. You got me there, Barb.
Oh, for the record,
That's a horse of a different color.
Somebody will know. Okay, so anything I leave out, just let me know.
We'll
Okay,
gladly help out.
so we want to name them specifically, or can
or
we?
you could just say, for the record, that you're motioning to grant the 20 feet for the pool, the 20-foot variance for the pool, the 6.2 feet for the shed, and the fact that he has 3 sheds when only 2 are allowed.
Well done.
Let me
I don't know why
write
he
that
couldn't do
down.
that.
Okay, so,
Yeah, what she said.
right. Let me write that
Fast
down.
3 times.
So I'll make a motion that we grant the variance for the pool, which is for the variance of 20 feet, and the 10 feet to the side yard property line. I'll make a motion that we grant that variance. And the reason for that, and I'll go into all the reasons, but is because of the actual way you keep your property and the size of the property. And also make a motion also on this that you can have more than 2 sheds on the property. Those are the 3 variances, right, Barb?
Yes.
You get them all, okay. All right, very good. Okay, so what we want to do next is give you, we have to do this specifically. And as soon as I find the document, I can read it to you. Okay, so, give me 1 second. I just had it and I lost it. Thanks, John. See you lifesaver. Okay, so the requested variance will not produce an undesirable change of character in the neighborhood. There is no substantial detriment that will be created to nearby properties. There is no other feasible means for you to pursue and achieve the benefit you seek other than the requested variances. The requested variance is substantial, in my opinion, because of the 3 structures. The proposed variances will not have an adverse impact on the environmental conditions in the neighborhood or the district, and the alleged difficulty is self-created.
And can you just add that if one of the 3 structures come down, it has to meet current code,
So-
and/or just not be replaced.
What the chairman said is what we discussed in the meeting, that if one of the structures is damaged, a tree falls on it, or catches on fire, God forbid, whatever.
I can't just buy a new one.
You
I
can't
gotta come
just.
back and reapply for everything.
You have to go back to the
Yes,
code, which is 2 structures.
Yes.
So
Okay.
we're allowing you to have 3.
I understand.
Is that fair?
Yes, sir.
I think that's
Yes,
very
absolutely.
fair.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome. I'll second that motion. And can I have a roll call, please, B?
Mr. Delacorte?
Yes.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Mr. Donato?
Yes.
Mr. Lawrence?
Yes. So your variance has been granted, sir. I think the building department will be in touch with you in a day or two, right?
Few
A
days.
few days. And then you get to go forward. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
I know you got a lot of work going on there, so,
Yeah.
good luck with everything. Hope it all works out for you in the long
Thanks for
run.
taking the time to come outside. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Yeah, do I leave, what do I do with the sign? Give it back to you?
It's a souvenir.
Unless you like it, you hang it in your garage.
You know, when I first put it out, my neighbor Sal across the street, he says, Jeff, I think this belongs to you. He says, only because it's got your, when we had that bad wind,
Yeah.
it blew all
All
the
the way
way down.
down.
So that's why I had to tie it to my flagpole, so it didn't go nowhere again. But, all right.
Use the other side to invite the rest of us to your
Yeah.
party.
Well, I'll tell you what, well, I don't know, is that something that I can do, or will I get, I don't want to get nobody in trouble.
You get a CO.
Yeah, I got to see, yeah, I'll invite everybody over to come and see the CO.
When you're all done.
We'll have burgers and everything, all right? All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Good one.
Thanks for
Good
your
luck,
time,
sir.
God bless.
Good luck with all the work. We're gonna move on.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Thanks for your time, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
You.
God bless you.
Good luck.
We're on for just. We're on for discussion. Appeal number 267873, an area variance, Wappinger Fresh Market. Seeking an area variance, section 24037, 24021AC of district regulations in an HB zoning district, where 75 feet is required to the front yard of a county or state road, the applicant can provide 19 feet from County Road 105, New Hackensack Road, thus requesting a variance of 56 feet. The property is located at 1604 Route 9 on 1.73 acres and is identified as tax grid number 615804542293 in the town of Wappinger. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Barbara and Bee. I have to thank Barbara and Bee for the guidance getting me here today. I've been before this board once before, I think 10 years ago, but it doesn't give me a lot of experience. I'm John Lentini, architect, and I'm working for the Narvaez family. The applicant is Wilson Narvaez. Wilson Narvaez Jr. is here with me today to answer any technical questions involved with the business. The applicant is seeking to put additional storage on this building. He wants to purchase the building. He doesn't own it yet. And as such, it's hard to say this is not a self-created hardship, but it is self. I'd say not created because it hasn't been done yet. But the building already lacks the proper yard setback on New Hackensack Road, which is more affected by this. And the area is presently used as a drive-through that no longer is required. The building's been on the market for a year, almost exactly, I understand, through a Google search. And this type of building routinely in Dutchess County is offered for lease or sale and usually turns over in 3 months. So the year might lend to some of the hardship of the seller. My client, again, is not the owner at the moment. The reason for this is he wants to put a food store. He's identified this area as a wonderful place to work and that might have a need. The location is perfect, but it's small. The average size of a ShopRite is 40 to 70,000 square feet. Old grocery stores, like originally in Cortland, there was a ShopRite that was about 15,000 feet, didn't sustain their business. They moved into another, they actually built another building. This is 12,000 square feet. Routinely, the storage required for this type of building is 25%, which doesn't leave much for the sales areas, so it's imperative that he gets storage area. And the loading and unloading of food products, it's more desirable to do it inside, so at the same time as storage, there wouldn't be handling food necessarily or storing pallets outside the building. The trucks would back in to this area. That otherwise can't really even be, barely could be used for parking because it is only 35 feet we're asking for. That's all there would be. That wouldn't support parking lanes or drive lanes and parking. Otherwise, again, I have to restate that we're not the owner. As far as how it affects the neighborhood, I'd point out to you that we're surrounded by Wappingers Falls, and in Wappingers Falls, they only require a 10-foot setback to the street, and they have, I think, a maximum of 65 feet that the building can't be put from the street, as opposed to here where the codes call for 75 feet away from the street. So I believe this wouldn't make it incongruous to that particular corner. The lot is a little peculiar. It's a polygram. It's a slice of pie. They call it a corner lot, but it's almost 3 corners and surrounded by front yard setback, which is also another hardship that once you take all these 75 feet, it doesn't leave that much. Any other way we could accomplish this, and there are B plans we have, but every single one of them would require a variance. One of the B plans that was just brought to my attention today, if they can't get it, they'd want to put outside refrigerated boxes against that side of the building, several, freezer and otherwise refrigerator. Yep. And that probably isn't the look that you'd rather see coming down New Hackensack Road, a bunch of these boxes with equipment on top. So we think this is the more responsible approach to doing this. And we're open for any questions you have.
Did you have the planning board reviewing this now also, or no?
Excuse me?
Is the planning board also reviewing this?
The planning board allowed us to get here, and they have enough issues, but they wouldn't address them until we got past this. One of the things the planning board is going to be involved with is the architecture of the building. And we've had meetings with the town before. We are going to facelift the whole building. It's not just adding this box to the building. The whole building is going to get a makeover.
Yeah, that leads to my next question. It just seems like the facade facing New Hackensack, it appears blank in the rendering. I didn't know if the planning board was asking for that to be articulated a little bit more or anything like that.
I'm sorry.
The facade facing New Hackensack, is the planning board asking for that to be a little bit more articulated? Like,
The supervisor is.
Okay.
Yes, we're planning on doing a much better job with that. That would really be subject to their approval, you know, and again, they couldn't even lend any information because it's a very large variance. I understand it's ordinarily, always very difficult to get this much of a variance, and especially under the conditions that we don't actually have the hardship. It belongs to the seller of the building. I believe they tried leasing it for a while. They couldn't get anywhere with that, so you're buying it, right? Purchase, you know, lock, stock, and barrel.
I do believe that driving down New Hackensack, when you look over to the right as you're passing the building, it's mostly trees there anyway, right? Isn't it
Yes.
mostly tree lined along there? So you don't really see the building from New Hackensack Road as it is now?
I think one of my renderings on that small sheet is indicating that.
Yeah, it shows a bunch
Yeah,
of
I
trees.
see trees on that. Is the intent to maintain those trees?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes.
So they'd have to be protected during construction, every effort would be made to kind of keep those in place?
Yes, and there's a possibility of disturbing them. I imagine the root system is going towards our building. And for such, I've been involved with this before, that you have to actually trim the trees back to the point where our new footings are going first, before you dig out the roots. That could be a condition of a resolution, I'm sure.
It's like a slab on grade. You're not digging down or anything on that side, right?
Well, we have to put a frost wall footing and then a slab.
Right.
Yeah, so just deep enough for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then all you're losing really is the drive-through window. That, I mean,
We're
that's
losing the
existing
drive-through
now.
window in that drive area.
Yeah, that drive area, that's,
Right, the blacktop.
There was approved already something called green spaces that were impossible, because they were up the side of an embankment, and it satisfied required parking when the site plan was originally approved, which I think was in the 80s or 90s, but they couldn't be used as parking spaces without putting a retaining wall against Hackensack, New Hackensack.
I mean, this looks to me like you're gaining parking, like you're gonna add more parking with, even with this
We're
addition.
improving the other green spaces at the rear of the lot that could be done, but they were mapped as potential parking spaces.
Do you need a variance for parking? It looks like you're under the required amount.
We are by one, but there's two approaches to that. One, I believe your code says the planning board could affect the requirement, and two, I could, because we haven't designed the inside of the building yet, there will be additional storage in the building that we could present, because the storage area requires less parking than,
Right, cut down on the square footage.
cut down on the square footage.
Gotcha.
Either way, we didn't want to present it to this board because the planning board did think, if I'm not mistaken, they felt they could have dealt with that. If not, I mean, we might have to come back. But at least the planning board would have a deeper dive into what we're doing.
Right.
How much space would you gain if you just put those storage containers on the side?
Well, just whatever the size of the storage containers are. They're about 300 square feet each. You know, I've done them for their other store in Newburgh, 15 by 20, you know, and each one has individual uses and individual temperatures. Are any of them freezers or when they're outside? Well, mainly, they're all coolers, all the same temperature? Yeah, low temp.
I mean, those would also need a variance, I would think.
Excuse me?
I said those would also need a variance,
Yes,
correct?
because the building already is in the required setback. It was required to be 65 feet, and I think your own, 75 feet rather.
Yeah, I think you have 35 feet at the one corner, right?
Well, 35 and 19, we are presently
Oh, yeah, plus 19.
60, 50, 45, 55. I think we're only like 60 feet right now.
But the heat, the cooling and the refrigeration, that'll all be inside if you, in this addition, correct?
Yes, it'll all be inside, under this.
So there will be no outside storage of any type,
No
other than
visible-
garbage?
No visible machines either, no appliances.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, to my other board members, right, like this is the same position we've been in the past, right, where basically we don't have necessarily a final design, right? Because presumably the design will be,
Because they have to decide
Changed.
if they're gonna go.
yeah, and I mean, one of our considerations when we're this close to a road is the aesthetic, you know, of the facade facing the road and if it's appropriate,
No,
which, I mean, we're kind of in a position where we can't,
I think
Say
that's what the,
definitively
I
what
think
that's
that's
gonna
what the
be.
planning board's for. That's what the planning board's for, and that's what they're
Required
supposed
to
to do.
maintain the trees that are there, and if they're damaged or die during the construction, they have to replace them at the same size.
That's an easy add-on to, you know.
Either way,
decide.
if they're gonna put the coolers outside, I feel that they'd have to put some kind of privacy fence there, and then they have to maintain that, and you know what happens to those. You know, they're not maintained, and they get spray painted, and
yeah, I mean, on other jobs, when we haven't had a final design, because, you know, we're not gonna have a final design.
No, I
here,
understand what you're
site
saying.
plan or that, you know, we've given tentative approval so that they can proceed at the planning board, and then once the planning board gets close, it's kicked back to us for a final vote. We did that recently, I forget which one it
we
was.
could do that,
We did that on VW, I believe,
Was that, yeah.
yes.
What was it, John?
where we,
They will actually come back, which I
Right.
was gonna talk to you about.
they didn't actually come back, though. We just okayed it at our meeting.
They are coming back. Last night, they was told they'd have to come back.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought they didn't have to. I thought we
I
were
see
just-
on the sign over here.
We'd have to vote on it.
Yeah, I don't know if they had to come, we had a vote on it at least, but I thought we said that they didn't necessarily have to come back.
Voted on it in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
I've been on one other job in my 30 years professional career where we've gotten both the planning board and the variance board to meet at the same time. I mean, there's enough chairs here.
Hi, Chris.
Is that at all possible?
Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so I mean, that'll be my only concern with this moving forward is, you
Totally
know,
understandable.
approving something that's not finalized essentially, right?
Well, I mean, what is it that you're worried about most, David? Is just the side of the building, what it's gonna look like?
Yeah,
from the
but basically the
building?
aesthetics of that size, because, you know, again, like fairly large brick wall that close to the street is going to have a different impact than something that's been, a little bit more articulated.
Stipulations, like I said, they have to maintain the trees that are there, and if any of them do die, they have to be replaced at the same size and height.
I mean, basically, you can't see the side of that building now coming down New Hackensack.
Because
You really can't because of the trees. It's
Well, you
thick.
can't see it on Route 9 at all practically.
Yeah, hardly on Route 9, a little bit more open on Route 9, but hardly at all coming down New Hackensack. I've sat there waiting for the light to change. I'm sure everybody has. And what can you see? You can't see nothing. You look to the right, you can't see anything. So, you look to the left, you can at least see whatever that restaurant is sitting over there.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's going to be another 35 feet of building now.
Yeah, but it's still gonna be behind
is
that,
gonna be
that
there.
tree line. It's gonna
And a
be,
little lower grade too, because the street's a little bit higher.
yeah, right, so,
How about the county? Does the county need to be involved with the fact that we're gonna be taking a 75-foot variance and?
I don't think
that would
so.
be planning, they would.
Dutchess County Planning will weigh in.
Okay.
Planning Federation, unless they're asking for any changes to any of the entrances or exits, the DPW nor the DOT would get involved, but they've been
It's
notified.
circulated to,
But, yeah, they've all been notified.
as they are on the county and state road.
Really, that's all we're concerned about is the variance.
So we could tentatively approve this and until,
We
no?
don't have that mechanism.
Okay.
The only time you can approve it before the planning board concludes secret, which was what happened with Hudson Valley. I don't think this is that same, situation where secret has to be concluded.
Well, I personally believe what he wants to do is a wonderful thing, what your family's looking to do is a wonderful thing. I think it's needed as well. I don't think it'll be an unused, market at all. I think it'll be a well-used market, my personal opinion. I think it is a hard lot. It's a very difficult lot to sit on, and that corner lot there, it's wedged. I don't know what else to say other than, I'd like to see us move forward on this.
Should we go out and look at it?
I believe we should go out and look at it. I believe the next time we can go, our next meeting is August 25th, correct, Dee? So, August 22nd, we'd like to come out and look at the lot. If you could maybe just get 2 markers in each corner of where the 35 feet extension will be from the building,
Certainly.
something with orange on it or something, something where we can see
We have to post these signs?
as well. Yeah, it has to be
How
out.
many signs are you giving me?
Oh, shucks, I need it, so because we have 2 corners.
Yeah, because I'm thinking it would want to go on one on Hackensack. We could use the sign to actually put it right on the corner.
2-2.
Two.
August 22nd. I'll reiterate.
They have to be up by, like, August 15th at the latest, that's a Saturday. Anytime before, but nothing later than August 15th for the signs.
If you want to give me 3 signs, I'll use the signs to stake out the,
I can always have one of the code enforcement officers take the other one.
okay.
So, August 22nd at 9 AM. We'd like to come out, take a walk around, see what's going on there, and then we will schedule this for a public hearing on August 25th at 7 o'clock, back
Okay.
here.
And we have to make a mailing, is that what those envelopes are?
That's in the packet,
Okay.
everything in there, yeah. And instructions.
If you like, I think I could reproduce that sign if you want me to.
And then I just want to,
Do that easily.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I just want to
I'm
double
sorry.
check with Barbara. Being that this is commercial property, is there anything further that we need to do as a board? It's just go about it like we do on a regular,
It's like any other variance.
okay, very good. I just wanted to make sure, I want to dot all my i's.
I almost could mark the height. I've done this once before with helium balloons. Unfortunately, it was windy that day, so the building looked lower than it really was.
Yeah, I mean,
We had somebody else do that too.
yeah, yeah, we just recently as well, so. I think the corners would be fine. If we could just see where the corners are
It'll
going to
be
be out
marked out
on
very
that property, I think the height we can see, because it's going to basically remain the same height that it
Well,
is.
relative to what's there already.
Right,
we could tell, yeah.
so, I mean, that, we can pretty much gather from that, okay?
I mean, it'd be helpful to have like a taller stick with some visibility to it so that we could,
Okay, yeah, I have,
determine if we can see anything from the road, and if so, what it is.
well, I'll make sure it's visible from the road. I have
Okay.
all these, I have pipes for this very purpose.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
If you'd like to, I'd appreciate that. So August 22nd at 9 a.m., we'll be there at the lot.
Somebody
And then
from us will be there also.
Great, and then August 25th at 7 o'clock, we'll have a hearing here,
Public
okay?
hearing. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
We
sir.
have that sign? Okay.
And your client, he talks too much. Okay. Okay, have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Discussion continues. We got appeal number 267874, area variance, Theodore Molinari, seeking area variance, section 24037, district regulations in a R80 zoning district, where 40 feet to the side yard property line is required. The applicant can provide 25.1 feet for the legalization of a 12 by 18 shed, thus requesting a variance of 14.9 feet. The property is located at 40 Paulette Lane on 1.26 acres, and is identified as tax grid number 635904990167 in the town of Wappingers. Good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
I'm well. Could I just have your name and address for the record, please?
Sure. My name is Anna Marie Kronizer. I do not live at 40 Paulette Lane, but you need my address anyway?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just, you're here on behalf of Mr.
Yes, I'm his real estate agent. He's selling his home, and he needs a variance for a shed that he was trying to get a CO for to close on his home. And when we submitted the application for the CO, we had realized we were not within the correct setbacks. We had a brand-new survey done, and we were able to determine where we need to be and what variances we needed. B was very helpful with that as well. So yeah, I'm here on behalf of Theodore today. He has a lot of personal matters that he cannot be here, sadly. So yeah, that's why I'm here, to take care of this for him.
Yeah, this is pretty straightforward. We have quite a few of these,
Yeah.
believe it or not. Our,
They're actually gonna need a second variance.
okay,
So, their rear yard is Robinson Lane, and that's a front yard. So we just have to add that where they don't need a front yard setback per se, for the 56 feet, we do need to just add that it is in a front yard. So we can amend that tonight if that's okay with you.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Is that okay, ma'am?
I'm not sure with that, because I think that was something that had come up initially, but it was something that we originally found out that we weren't going to have to worry about that we were only going to need the one variance when we were working with.
We're doing both, because whoever's gonna buy this, if they ever decide to put a pool
Okay,
or something in their backyard, they're gonna need a front yard setback.
Okay.
So we just wanna keep it consistent. It won't change the variance, it's just an addition.
oh, okay, so just the wordage is different? Or,
We're gonna add that in the legal, we will have to adjust the legal ad. That
Okay.
has to get mailed out,
okay,
and when she publishes it in the paper, we'll have that added.
okay. Does that change anything with fees and stuff like that,
No,
Mr. Nolan?
nothing.
Okay,
No, it just is going to be added, and when, like you saw with the first one, if they're inclined to approve it, they'll approve both at the same time.
okay.
So it won't affect the first variance.
So when, because I understand that they're trying to say there was 2 front yards, but I'm just kind of confused as to what you're saying, actually.
So everybody doesn't just have a front, a rear, and 2 sides. If you're on a corner,
Mhm,
or in a case like this where you're wedged between 2 roads,
mhm.
then it's unfortunate because you have 2 front yards and you get to pick a side and a rear, which to regular properties, it would be 2 sides. But you can pick one as a side and one as a rear in that matter. In this case, the side needs the smaller variance.
Right.
So this is a side yard variance.
but I don't know where that second variance is coming in, so,
That's because it faces Robinson Lane, which is, if the house could have been built facing Robinson Lane with a driveway. But when the builder built it, he built it off a cul-de-sac. But it's still a front yard when you have another street. Like
even though it has
Rosewood and
like
Dawson,
bushes and a rock
doesn't-
wall?
Doesn't matter.
Okay,
It's kind of setting for the record which side is the front yard and which side is the rear yard.
so that's what this would do, is that what you're saying? Oh, okay, that makes more
Yeah,
sense,
it's
okay.
not- it's nothing,
It just clarifies it, so when the next person comes in, they know that's not in zoning only, not, doesn't affect their lives, but for zoning, they're both front yards.
Okay, but this will make it a backyard, or it's not going to make it a backyard?
Well, it is their backyard, but it's also a front yard for zoning.
Okay,
For the person buying it, that'll be their rear yard, and you said it's all, actually, I was out there today, it's very wooded, it's very treed.
Yeah.
Really, you can't see Robinson
No.
Lane. So it doesn't affect the buyer, it's
Right.
just for the paperwork of zoning,
okay,
that anytime you're on two streets, you have two front yards. Or, like you just heard, if that Rite Aid had been a house, it would have been all front yard with like a rear. It wouldn't have had a side.
I gotcha.
because It's encompassed by road.
okay. I think I get it.
It's
I don't
confusing.
know if I'm making.
It is a little
It- it
confusing,
is-
but I
it is
just
a
want to
little
make sure that I
confusing.
report back to him so he doesn't get confused, that's all. So I
but
don't know if I
actually,
can,
it's for your good. It's not anything that's going to make any,
yeah, I'm just worried about him closing and all that other
Right,
stuff. I don't
right,
want it to make it
and it
more
all-
difficult for him.
it's not going to make it any longer.
Okay.
It's just to make it,
Have this ready tomorrow.
And
Okay.
it won't affect the new buyer.
right.
Okay, yeah, that's
Right.
really
Right, if they
important.
want to put a pool there.
I don't know what their plans
But
are.
for them moving in,
Yeah.
it has no effect on their property.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, great. So then, what we'll do is we'll also come out to this house on August
22nd.
22nd at, I don't know, probably around 9:30, 9:45, something like that.
okay.
Since we'll probably be at the what was it? ShopRite?
Fresh
Right.
Fresh
Rite Aid.
market?
Since we'll probably be there for a little while. So give ourselves a little bit extra time, okay? About 9:45 on Saturday, and then,
And I'll send a reminder.
Okay, and then I come back on the 25th, it looks like?
and there's really nothing, I mean, there's really nothing, can you think of anything that really needs to be marked or changed, or nothing? Not really, the shed's where it's at, right? And,
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
And then we
Any
obviously,
indication of the property line? I mean,
I'm sorry, say that
is
again.
there any indication of the side property line that can be?
It's a wire fence, it says here.
I mean, we have a survey, that's all I really know.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any
There's no
markings still.
stakes or,
There might still be there, I'm not sure.
okay, I mean, that row of trees looks pretty much on the property line, if that's accurate.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, this is the survey, right? So
I mean, we
Yeah, I
assume the
mean,
survey is
yeah.
correct, right? I mean, with the dimension.
it should be easy enough to pick out,
Looks like they're dead center.
well, would you like to have it marked?
If it's easy, I don't think we need to, though.
Okay. It doesn't hurt to have it marked, I guess.
Do you want me to ask him to have it marked?
Just the opposite.
If it's
which-
as easy as he has a stake in it and he just has to do a string or something, I mean, otherwise.
For the back of the property, or, well, the,
For the
To the
side we're
side.
talking about.
to the side? Oh,
like where
okay.
the row of trees are, maybe just a stake right in where the property line is. Just
Okay.
say- It can even just say property
So
line,
marked side of
if it's possible.
property. I might have to ask questions later. Marked side of property.
So
with
basically, if he starts at the shed, goes to the side 25.1
Right,
feet.
okay.
And puts a stake,
Okay,
that'll give them a visual.
then what about the other, is there another?
There's not a setback to the front.
Oh, okay, so, all right, then I was
That's the
misunderstanding
only
you
one.
before. Oh, okay, I was not
Yeah, it's
understanding
still
you
just,
before
it's
then.
still
I'm
just
sorry.
that one-dimensional variance.
Okay,
The other variance is just to set where the,
It's
oh,
just that you're putting a shed in your front yard.
capiche, okay, gotcha, thank you. That makes sense.
That's all that variance, is. It's not
Oh, gotcha, okay.
does happen quite a few times as well here.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, I
it
get it
happens in
now.
pretty much any corner lot. yeah.
Got it, okay.
Anything further from the board?
No.
Okay, so I think we're done.
Okay,
We'll see you on August, or we'll see somebody, I guess, on August 22nd.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, appreciate it. I think
night.
B has some homework for you.
Yeah.
No, she has to adjust it.
Couple of things.
Oh, the sign.
Yeah.
Thank you.
On the 15th.
Okay.
Is there a spot where it should go, just on the...
Right in the front, it's a cul-de-sac,
In
so
the front of the
your
property.
front is short, just put it to the side of the
Okay.
driveway.
And which one's the front?
On full left.
Here were two
Well,
signs.
Actually, David's picky, so actually, we should have a second one.
Yes, yes, you're right.
I'll put it out. I'll put it out on Robinson.
Thank you.
I wasn't trying to be difficult.
I know, but you're right. I'm a little rusty.
No, it's a good
Well,
point, though.
Since I'm rusty, I'll put it out.
Is there any other business for the board tonight?
So just to apprise you of what happened yesterday, so Hudson Valley Volkswagen came, and we knew you voted, but because secret isn't concluded yet, they approved and authorized a secret resolution for the next meeting in August. And they meet on the 17th, correct? The planning board?
Yes.
So we're gonna put Hudson Valley Volkswagen on your agenda for the 25th. You just have to re-vote, so that legally, then in the first meeting in September, the planning board will authorize a resolution of approval.
Okay.
So it's just the way secret, the formality, the vote has to happen after secret is concluded.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't even think we'll ask them to come, we'll just put it on the agenda. You can take the vote, we'll record the vote and send it to the planning board. and to the planning.
Has the site plan for that changed dramatically at all since
No.
we originally voted?
No.
Because again, that's always my concern, is that it's gonna go to the planning's gonna make far-reaching changes to how the parking and landscaping and everything, and,
If anything,
After
they
they get
got
the approval.
very tough on the landscaping.
Yeah.
Because they park in the landscaping and most of it got killed by them parking on it.
well, yeah.
So now they're gonna put stone, like big stones, boulders, around the plants, they're gonna replant so that the people working there can't come up. They talked about curbs, but they'll mount the curbs. Somebody mentioned, like guards, but that would look hideous on a lot of them, you know. So then they thought something landscaping wise with big stones to protect the landscaping and to keep people that work there from parking in the islands and where the landscaping is and to preserve it. So that's the only change, but it was a good change.
Okay.
Otherwise, the project as you saw it remains.
Okay. Thank you. Anything else for the board? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Chris?
I'll second.
All in favor?
All right.
All right.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you very much, everybody. Barbara, thank you very much.